the forecast with me today is Alex P. How you doing?
Pretty good. I like how you still gave me the initial.
And down below we have Garrett W. How you doing, Garrett?
Oh, it's staying hot down here.
And I am Marvin. We're here today to tell you the comics coming out for July 26, 2017. Letting you know what comes out, what's good to pick up. So let's start. Dark Horse Comics, Black Hammer number 11 is coming out tomorrow by Jeff Lemire and Dean Ormston. Is that something? Yeah, Ormston.
Yep.
Here we go. Black Hammer number 11 just won an Eisner for Best New Series. Here we go. He was born into the Red Tribes of Mars. He walked the streets of Spiral City as a police officer by day, vigilante hero by night. This is about Barbalian. Oh, we get another Barbalian, huh? I think that my theory holds true then. It's like we got one issues about the characters, and I think the second arc is going to be the same thing. Learn more and more about these characters. I really like this book still. What about you guys?
Yeah, I just read 10. Like the cliffhanger in 10, I was like, damn, this is why, like, I don't want to spoil it, but what happened at the end of 10, I'm like, holy shit, yes, I love this book. So good.
I realize this will be no surprise. Not caught up, but will be for the show. I've enjoyed the book. I know there's always like, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's parody would be the right word, but I like the fact that it does kind of tie into at least or references characters that have already been established, like Green Lantern Corps or Thor related things.
So yeah, more homage allegory, but yeah, I do like it a lot. Jeff Lemire just announced over San Diego Comic-Con, going to come back to DC and do some DC work. So he's doing his own superhero thing, and then now he's going to jump back into the superhero lake over at DC. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited. Jeff Lemire's a good writer. He's had a good year, and looks like it's still going strong there. BPRD, Devil You Know, number 1. You know, BPRD is a series that I got into way too late, so I have trades to catch up on. But if you want some BPRD, here we go. Mike Mignola, Scott Alley, Lawrence Campbell on art. Before they were vanquished by that BPRD, Lovecraftian monsters created a hell on Earth.
What you do, Basil?
What's that mean?
Huh? Is that book strong on its own without Hellboy?
Yeah.
I mean,
I love that book without Hellboy. Yeah, it's good.
Or are you just one of those people that just like, because it's Hellboy's universe, you're like, I'm in. Like, I love everything about this.
If you like anything that's like supernatural, like a team of people on it, you know, it's the supernatural stuff, it's good. It's Mike Mignola. He's a good writer. He's a good artist. He's not doing art in this one, but
just making sure. I just want to make sure it's not like...
BPRD is not like Supernatural, where if the Winchesters weren't in Supernatural, that show is shit.
I'm actually... Side note, I was watching Supernatural before we started this forecast, so I pressed pause just for you guys fans. So
Wow.
Hey, very, very interesting story. DC Comics.
I said side story.
Action Comics 984. We get closer and closer to that 1,000. Revenge Part 2. Is that accurate or is it not accurate?
No, it is not accurate.
I feel like I said Revenge Part 2 for 2 weeks. So
it's like Part 4 or 5, one of those two. It's not the conclusion.
Oh yeah, here we go. Superman's family.
It might be.
It says Superman's family's lives hang in the balance as Revenge concludes. So it's not Part 2, obviously. It's not a two-parter. So yeah, you're right. It's the final issue of that arc. Yeah, I heard it's good. Is it good?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's like basically, if you've been reading Rebirth since the beginning with Action and Superman, I mean, it's all the rogues he's faced basically since then. The big, like, not all of them, but some of them. And they're all just getting revenge, teaming up and trying to knock him out. So, except for the only part I hate, that I thought was just a waste of fucking time, was the whole him being blind for no fucking reason. That was stupid.
Clark was blind?
Yeah. Are you not caught up, Alex? /
Nope.
Marvin?
I'm
read
at
Action
least
Comics.
6 behind.
I don't read Action.
Oh, you don't read Action?
No, I dropped it after the
He
first
dropped
arc.
off Action at the first.
But yeah, so, well, newsflash, he's blind. Probably not much longer, but it doesn't add or take away from the story. It's just kind of like he got overwhelmed and he was like, "Oh, I'm blind."
No offense. Superman being blind means nothing.
Yeah, he's still like, there's one scene where he literally like flies out of the fortress, and I'm just like, oh yeah, because blind people just fly blindly out of the ceiling.
Well, I mean, he has super hearing. You think
too.
if he has super hearing, then he basically can see, just like Daredevil.
Yeah, so
what's the? Yeah, you're right. There's not what
it's wasted. Yeah,
it's not really a big issue.
I'm ready for the next arc because this is getting old. Like you're right, it's like the last one of the arc. They're all like fucking trying to kill him, and he's just not going to die. So move on.
All-Star Batman number 12, the first Ally part 3. I believe that is accurate because part 1 was number 10.
I think so.
Yeah.
When Batman discovers the truth about the man under the Nemesis mask, it could change everything between him and Alfred forever. You think it's Alfred?
I thought it's Alfred's son or something.
Alfred's son?
Whoa.
Maybe it's his daughter.
Did you guys read 11?
No.
No, I haven't read 11 yet. I actually haven't read 10
I'm going to save
or
you
11.
time.
Oh my god.
Not caught up on any of the stuff we're reading. I think you're flat behind.
How can I do a fucking forecast if I'm spoiling everything for you both?
Go ahead. Like you... No, that's Alex. Never mind. I was about to say like you said, but Alex says spoilers don't mean anything, so...
Anyways...
Spoilers mean some, but let's face it, if I'm 6 behind on a book, by now it should be okay to spoil it.
Basically, this first Ally arc is very Alfred heavy centric, but if Batman's obviously facing a threat out of left field. So this issue, I think, is the conclusion. It might be Scott's last book, All-Star, for a while. I'm not sure if that's true or not because I know he's getting.
No,
I thought he had more coming out.
He's still doing All-Star. They're changing the format. They're not doing monthly books anymore. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. So, but. I mean, the story's been good so far. I just read 11 this last weekend, and I think it's still strong. Albuquerque on art is good. You know, every now and then you get Huck for every character, but that variant cover that he drew, I want to get that more than the number 1 cover. So I'm being torn between that right now.
They said they're going to go to a prestige format. I don't know if they announced the schedule of how it's coming out, but I would love for All-Star to become like a quarterly book, and it comes out like prestige, so you get the whole arc every quarter.
Yeah. God, that'd be awesome. They need to do that with some books. Like, I think that's missing. 'Cause that's how comics started, was quarterly. So it's
just give me a contained story. I'll buy a book. I don't care if it's $10 every 3 months. Yeah. It tells me a whole story.
For $10.
That's fine.
Yeah. I would be all in.
Batman Beyond number 10. Garrett reads this. Alex has never seen the show, so Garrett, don't ask him again. But Batman Beyond number 10. How are you enjoying Batman Beyond?
I love the shit out of this book. I saw that I think this is only Bernard Chang writing it this issue, which I'm a little nervous about because whatever, I'm not saying that artists can't write. There's some obviously that have proven that they can do that, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like if I was a good
It says Dan Jurgens on the cover and the solicit. Right.
Okay. Well, I know there's a future issue coming up where maybe it's October solicits. I read that it's only Bernard Chang, the current artist. But I think this has been great. Right now we're dealing with Ra's al Ghul, the current Ra's al Ghul. I can't tell you who it is because spoilers, but it's fun. I mean, it takes what's going on with Rebirth right now, and then it's like this is part of continuity in the future. So it's a fun read.
Batman the Shadow 4 of 6. Garrett, how's Batman the Shadow going?
Okay. Again, maybe I'm the fucking one caught up, but I just read 3 this morning.
Hey, you know what? Not all of us have the weekend off that you do.
I didn't have this weekend off. I read today.
Yeah, well, I had work all day, so.
Oh, so did I. Whatever. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, for the fans, not you, Alex. 3 was awesome. It was Joker and Shadow's enemy called the Signal teaming up, and it ends with basically Batman being chained up in front of all of his rogues. All of his rogues are there ready to literally crucify him.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool. Well, are you guys not getting this book, or are you just
I'm not getting this book.
Okay.
I'm getting it. I'm too behind.
Yeah.
And I'm at that point where I'm just kind of going to wait until all 6 come out.
Yeah, like Riley Rosmo's art has been fantastic. There's some cool plot twists where the Shadow, I don't know if it kind of sketches me out. They're kind of rewriting Batman's history to make it seem like Shadow's heavily involved with Batman, like since his beginning. So, keep that at bay as you go into it. But I mean, it is a crossover, so what can you expect?
I don't. But this isn't in. I don't think it's in continuity.
I'm not sure if it is or not. I think it's loose continuity, but
I'm sure it's kind of like those turtle crossovers where it really isn't a continuing story. It's just its own thing.
I think if you combined every single Batman continuity into one, obviously besides like multiple Earths, like that's the continuity of Batman they're kind of exploring in this. Like you're just kind of your preconception that, you know, Martha and Thomas died, Bruce became Batman, that kind of concept of his whole timeline. So,
are you talking about Superman's mom? Blue Beetle number 11 for people who aren't getting it, which should be everybody. They have a new storyline starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. So if you want, today when this comes out.
Holy crap!
If you want to pick it up, here's the thing though. They did announce that a new team's taking over that book, so there's a possibility it could be good.
Who's the new team?
I don't know. Look it up, and I'll go move on to Detective Comics 961.
That variant cover looks awesome.
Detective Comics 961, Intelligence Part 4. I believe that is accurate. Here we go. Tinian the Fourth, James Tinian the Fourth, Alvaro Martinez, Raul Fernandez doing the art. Batman and Batwing have thrown every Alex, say that word.
Holy shit, are you having a stroke?
Technological?
It's too many syllables. Tricks that they have powerful AI that the Order of Saint Dumas dubbed Escalon. Now there's nothing left to do but pray. How are you guys liking this, Rod? Alex, I know, I haven't caught up yet. You probably going to say, Garrett, how's his arc going so far?
You guys kill me. Yeah, I think it's kind of, I still enjoy it. I mean, coming off that Zatanna Zatara arc, or is this still part of that same arc?
It should still be part of it.
It's the same,
it's still part of it. So the last issue I read was really awesome. I think it's like, you know, they set us up with that first team for that first couple arcs. And this is kind of like Detective Team Part 2, you know, like it's some of the characters we had mixed with some new ones. And I think they all still work together. So they're getting the spotlight right now. And like, I'm a big fan of Azrael. So I think this intelligent arc, I think has been great. I mean, if you don't have Tim Drake, you don't have Spoiler, you kind of have a lot of that A team out of the way. And this is the B team. I love the B team because, like, I think it's been awesome. Zatanna and the flashbacks with Zatanna and Bruce and their youth, that's cool too.
By the way, I don't think Spoiler is part of that A team.
She is.
What?
She's like,
what?
At least she's a C teamer.
Spoiler.
She was part of the A team, though.
Spoiler. She used to be Robin. She's not part of an A team.
Yeah.
The Flash. Go ahead. What are you saying?
No, it's good.
The Flash 27 Running Scared finale. This arc, I am caught up with this arc. Joshua Williamson, Howard Porter. By the way, Howard Porter is killing it on this art. Pretty good art. This arc is probably the best arc of Flash so far, and it's so good. Issue 25 was like one of my favorite issues of the year.
That was good.
I'm excited for this finale. Alex, how are you liking the Flash?
Who knows? Last I read was 24.
Okay, Garrett, how you agree with me? I mean, I think it's one of the best ones that Williamson is. We were talking about before about how he's been finding his voice, and I think he's finally found it. I think this is like the epitome. He's like now he's hitting like this stride that is so great.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, all the themes throughout this entire run are really coming to a head here, and like the beautiful thing about this arc is like that's how crazy Reverse Flash is like. We basically in the button. This is not spoilers. If it is, you're the worst comic reader in the world. But Reverse Flash, you know, died, but there's still time remnants of him because he's always throughout Flash's history. And like, this is what happens when Barry thinks that everything's good. You know, like where he's like, I don't have to fucking worry about Reverse Flash anymore, and then boom, he shows up again. So this has been awesome. I mean, it's taking everything. You know, sometimes they brush things under the carpet, like to say, oh, you know, he's got a thing with Iris. They'll figure that out. He'll figure out his villains. He'll figure out his thing with his dad, you know, all that. But these kind of issues or arcs make him actually deal with everything that's going on in his life and not just like, oh, I'll take care of that later. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, 25 explored why Professor Zoom hated him so much. And I thought his, like, the reasoning behind it was really great, because you have to read the issue, but I thought it was really great. And like and then even Flash, like, I mean, it's great, but also like the reasoning is kind of a little bit, you're like, is that it? And then Flash was like, that's the reason why, like, out of everything.
It's skewed.
And it further makes Professor Zoom more mad that he's like belittling him, being like, that's why you hate me. So, I mean, I thought it was great. And now we're like getting to a point where I'm not sure what's going to happen. I mean, I know if I put myself in Pastrello's mind, I know that there's nothing's actually going to happen to anybody. But who knows? With Flash, actually, you really don't know, because they could always go in the past and get somebody back. So something could happen. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps 25, the Exercise Anniversary issue. Robert Venditti, Ether Van Scriber, Fracture Part 4. Lantern versus Lantern as the GLC and Sinestro Corps duke it out over the murder of Sinestro Corps members. Once again, I mean, if you're not in this book, it's already 25 in. And I thought, I kept saying that I think you have to jump on, go back to 1, but jump on whenever you can. I mean, this is part 4, maybe go back 4 issues, or wait until this is over, but this book's been great.
Agreed.
Same. It's kind of cool that it's, caught up with everything else, that it's already 25 issues in. And, I think this is going to be one of the best issues of the arc for sure.
Can't praise it enough. Robin Venditti has really gotten better at Green Lantern since New 52. His rebirth really was, for him, a rebirth, and I think he's doing good with that title now. Commandi Challenge. Number 7, we have Margaret Bennett of Animosity fame. Dan Jurgens doing art. Klaus Janson doing, I believe, colors he will be doing. No, Hi-Fi's doing colors. Klaus does the inker. This is probably, out of that lineup, when I remember looking at the lineup and thinking, there are some issues I was looking forward to. I think there's a Tom King one coming up. But this one was like second place, because I like Margaret Bennett. And anything Klaus is doing in a book, it's got so good. So I'm really excited for this issue.
Yeah. So I read 6 this last weekend, and you know what I'm pissed off about? The fucking cliffhanger was him falling off a cliff again. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how many cliffs and like edges can this kid fall off of?
Well, there's a lot of cliffs.
I know, but I can't remember who the last team was. I think it was.
See, I'm curious if they've like if you wrote 6, do you know the story from 1 through 5, or you just know the story from 5? I think they only know the last issue, so for this person, they don't know that it's been done before.
Still, maybe they should be like, okay, we've already done the fucking fall cliffhanger like 3 times this series, and I'm like, if I see him fall one more time into some god-awful situation, I'm just going to be like, okay, well, this isn't a challenge, it's just fucking giving up.
Well, think back to what sponsor John Boylan from RootsandSwampThing.com said. That he thinks that he keeps falling because he actually is asleep. And, when you fall, you're in your sleep, you do a lot of those kind of falling things. So that's what he thinks. He thinks this is all like a dream world that he's in.
I mean, I get that, but it's like, make it more saucy than him just, he's falling into the water.
Saucy. Make it more saucy. Make it more saucy, yeah? Suicide Squad 22, Rob Williams, Gus Vance. Oh, did you guys get this book still?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, Harley Quinn on the cover. There you go.
We Suicide Squadded ourselves for that book. So.
Teen Titans. Mother Panic?
Yeah, I'm still doing Mother Panic.
Mother Panic number 9. Sorry, I forgot it. Mother Panic number 9. Jody Hauser, Jim Kruger, John and Paul Leon, Phil Hester doing art. Covered by Tommy Lee Edwards. Tommy Lee Edwards, too bad. Not in the book anymore. What do you guys think of Mother Panic?
I really enjoy it. I still think she's a badass vigilante. The story, the art has suffered a little bit. That kind of bothers me, but the story's still been really strong. I wish Tommy Lee Edwards would come back, or somebody of his caliber. The backup story by Phil Hester and those guys, like, kudos to you for making work, but like, don't know what the fuck is going on the end of that. Like 2 to 3 pages every time. I'm like, I don't even remember what happened last issue. So, I'm going to keep getting Mother Panic until I get bored of it. And so far, there's always something that keeps me interested in this character. So,
Teen Titans number 10, Ben Percy, Cal Pham, Wade von Gronbagger. Ooh, that's a good name. Brad Walker on the cover. This is Blood of the Manta Part 2. How's this book going, guys? Teen Titans.
So I guess I might be an issue behind because I have not read Blood of the Manta Part 1.
Unless the solicit's wrong.
I haven't read the 2. Was it 9? I haven't read 9 or 10 yet.
Because I feel like...
I'm not feeling that. I'm not anxious to read this book, so I think I may just be dropping it.
They actually, here's a rumor. I'm not sure how much weight you want to put into it, but there's a rumor that Titans and Teen Titans are going to become one book. So
I would love that because I was thinking like I don't need Teen Titans and Titans. I should just pick one. I was leaning towards Titans.
You know, I was thinking though, isn't that too many characters for one book though? They would have to pare down the team.
Yeah, they'll probably make it work somehow.
Wonder Woman number 27, Heart of the Amazon Part 2. Someone close to Diana is behind the most recent attack on her and her friends. But what has this person learned about her powers that she has never knew herself? Here we go.
Cheetah.
Second issue. What's that?
So it sounds like Cheetah.
Second issue into Shea Fontana's run. The first issue, I think we all liked it, but we weren't over the head.
The cliffhanger I thought was weak.
Yeah, well, the cliffhanger, yeah. I thought that the character work was great. But
character work was great, especially that flashback scene.
So we'll see. Second issue. Usually first issues, you got to give them a little leeway. Second issue, if we don't hit it out of the park, we're...
All I'm thinking is like, you have 1 second, Wonder Woman, you better fucking run.
1 second. You think it'd be like 10.
She's just going to lay on top of the bomb and let it blow up underneath her.
Oh my god.
She's going to eat it like Kirby. IDW TMNT ongoing number 72. Alex Garrett. How's TMNT going?
I had just read 69, and I literally wanted to gouge my eyeballs out. It was so boring.
Was that the end of the chop off Bishop's hands?
No, it's the one where... Who's the guy with the eye
70?
patch? Yeah, whatever. That fucker is going rogue. So, I don't give a shit. I'm like pretty close to just being like, I'll pass. But I'll give it a couple more chances. But this expanded TMNT bullshit I've been reading lately, I just can't even. I'm not even interested. Sorry,
it's not for everybody.
It's a love-hate. Like when you gave me that first trade of Turtles, I read that. I was like, this is fucking great. And then where it is now, I'm just like, God, this is fucking boring.
Well, it's kind of like in Spider-Man: Homecoming, where he talks about he's the a down to earth, or he's a street character.
Yeah.
They're getting above being street characters. I'm not saying the Turtles always were. They fight the Krang, they fight the Triceratons, but they are getting to this point where they're not just fighting the Foot Clan, they're not just fighting street thugs, they're fighting, I'm assuming they're going up against the gods, or some form of gods.
That's the thing. Is it really part of your storyline to have 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to fight gods? Like, it's like, it used to be that the Turtles, yes, are, they're fictional characters, but thrown in a realistic world. And now it's, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta be open-minded to the fact that if 4 mutant turtles can be created through science, then who's to say there aren't godly-like characters as well?
What is this? No, you can move and it cannot be logical? Alex.
What?
Alex is always like, it has to be real world logic, and now he's telling me you can live in the world.
Oh,
you guys know I like supernatural things. I'm just stating that in some books, I really do need to be making sense.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, there's one time I give you a quote that was like, stories don't have to make sense in the real world, they have to make sense in their world, and you told me it was a bullshit quote. So
that's the thing, the story's not making sense in their world. That's why it's so weird.
But then that's the other part for you, is that you're missing out on Universe, where Universe does fill in stuff. Like this frog guy on the cover of this book, he's in 2 issues of Universe.
See, I would rather all those characters get thrown in Universe, and then we just get the TMNT in TMNT.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what I always thought Universe was for, was to take all the characters that may be involved in the ongoing, but they don't get the spotlight like the Turtles should be getting.
It sounds to me like there needs to be a special report on the Turtles because you guys can go on for hours about this turtle.
Holy shit, I could, but it's more like Hellfire, so that's the only reason I keep talking about it.
Speaking of the turtles, a miniseries, TMNT Usagi Jimbo, coming out tomorrow. I'm not sure if this is a one shot or what. It doesn't say number one or anything. Oh, it says one shot. It's a one shot. It's $8. So,
if it's a one shot, I'll probably get it. If it was more than one, I'd be.
Yeah, it does say in the left hand corner it's one shot. So I missed that the first time. I do know you like the turtles. Friend of the show, David, likes Usagi Jimbo. Here we go. 2 of them. It's the turtles going into Usagi Jimbo's world, so you'll get that story.
Well, give it a
try. Here we go. Image Comics. Bloodstrike. What's this? Is this a new comic or what? It's a new mastering of an old comic. Bloodstrike by Rob Liefeld and Eric Stevenson. Dan Mankey on art and Rob Liefeld on art. Oh, Dan Mankey's doing the inks. So it's celebrating 25th anniversary of Image, if you want to get that book. Live Back in the Past. You can get that book. Crosswind number 2. Garrett, did you read Crosswind number 1?
I sure did, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm excited for this issue. Yeah. I thought it, like when I was in crime, like the crime guy versus the housewife. Like, I think, God, I wish I could have stayed their characters as they are for a little bit before they did the switch. But I know that's the whole purpose of the book. But aside from the MacGuffin, which we're going to see evolve over the next couple issues, like. It was drawn strong, and Kat Staggs used to do Smallville season 11 art, well, at least cover art. So I like seeing her panel work. It's Gail Simone writing, so you can't get better than that.
Agreed. I'm excited for issue 2.
Hey, Garrett, I know you were trying to catch up on Postal. Are you caught up on Postal?
On Postal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm caught up on Postal.
Postal.
There hasn't been an issue in months.
Postal 21 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I see that. I'm excited.
How's the series overall?
Series overall is very good. It's basically, if there was a town full of like reformed criminals, this is what it would be all about. It's basically and it spots like the main character who has he has a special condition, so he has special needs, and it's cool how his brain works because he actually gets a chance to like lead the town and things like that because his mother is the actual mayor. So it's a very, Marvin, for you saying you want a political book, this is a very political book, but it's just like its own politics. It's very territorial. There's it's hard to explain it all without spoiling huge points of the plot. But I've been missing this book. Like, it hasn't come out, I think, since, it's been a month or two. So I'm really excited for this next issue.
New story arc. So, yeah, if you're interested in jumping in, that'd be the point to do it. Saga, number 45. Brian K. Vaughan. Fiona Staples' magnus opus. Number 45. For number 42, speaking of best issues of the year, number 42 is on my list of one of the best issues of the year. For a while, I was saying that Saga was kind of in this, not rut, but I was going to say it was always like great, like an 8, 9. And the last few issues have been like 10s. And I'm excited to see where this goes. It's good. I believe they're ramping up to another break. So when we get that break, people can catch up. I would recommend catching up Saga, one of the best books. Actually, it also did win an Eisner for Best Continuing Series. So there you go. Shirtless Bear Fighter, number 2 of 5. Garrett, what do you think of the Shirtless Bear Fighter?
I haven't read issue 1 yet, but I really enjoy the art, what I've seen. Like, I basically looked at every page, which is stupid, but if the pictures told the story only, I think it's going to be a great 1 and 2. So
it was awesome.
Oh, Alex, you read it? It was good?
Awesome. I laughed out. This is probably one of the funniest books I've read.
That's good. It looks fantastic. So that's something I was going to wait for the whole thing to come out and read it, but we'll see. No, 205. So if you want to jump in, go back at 1. You can jump on 2. Spawn 276. Here we go. Garrett, how's Spawn going?
Okay, so Spawn I think has kind of stagnated, but there's a new creative team starting with this issue. So I'm just praying to God because I started when issue 250 hit till now. What are we at? This is 276. So all the way up until we get to like the late 260s, as it started to get kind of boring to the point of where I was thinking about dropping it. But there is a new creative team coming on. You got let's see, art by Eisner, nominated illustrator Jason Sean Alexander, and the stories by Dara Savage. So if this issue's good, I'm staying on. If it's shit, I don't know. I might stay on still, hoping for the next best thing. But I'm committed now. I've bought so much Spawn shit in the last year, so I don't know.
Nice ramp up to make a point.
Or I could drop it. But God, I read Spawn.
I like how you could even
a couple weeks ago, and it was so fucking good. So I just want this to be that.
You couldn't even convince yourself to say you would drop it.
I couldn't even, but we'll see what happens. Because lately, it's just been him. He's just wearing the suit as a shell. It doesn't have any of its powers. All he has is the chains. He's not protected from anything. He has no mission. He's just bitching a lot, oh, my suit won't grow on me. So it's dude, you got brought back from the dead. I think you got minor problems right now. So
moving on to Marvel Comics. Make mine. Marvel Comics. Here we go.
Nobody says that anymore.
Who says? Everybody, because they know what they're doing. And everybody makes theirs Marvel. That's why.
Gross.
Captain America, Steve Rogers, number 19. Like I was saying before, this is Donny Cates is helping Nick Spencer write these. And these have all been one-shots about Steve Rogers during this time. So we'll see how this one goes. Looks like Sharon has a faithful decision to make. She's behind Steve there on the cover with a knife. What's she going to do? She's actually trying to kill mosquitoes on him, so she's trying to take it off. Here we go. Infamous Iron Man number 10. Brian Michael Bendis, Alex Maleev on art. The one of the best books on Marvel is still going strong. That cover's amazing. Alex Maleev is one of the best people working in comics today, and Brian Michael Bendis is in his wheelhouse and doing great with this comic. What do you guys think?
Aces.
Yeah, it's one I look forward to a lot when it comes out.
One of those books I'm actually caught up on.
Yeah, that's a book. There's certain books, even though I fall behind in other books, certain books I was like, no, I read that today. Even I'll make time for that book. Other ones I'm like, okay, I have time for comics. This is one of those books where I'll make time for that comic. So
yeah.
So Kit, it's we heard that it might be 12 issues. So if it is, get the whole thing when it comes out. Probably 2 trades. You can get the whole thing. Alex, did you get Punisher?
No.
Oh, I thought you got Punisher.
I actually never. I got the first issue of Punisher when Steve Dillon was doing the art, but I'm not known for being a Steve Dillon fan that I dropped after issue 1.
Secret Empire is this correct? Secret Empire number 7 of 10. Didn't Secret Empire 6 come out last week?
Yeah.
No.
They're coming out week to week. This
back to back. Here we go.
Yeah. 6, I guess you're right. 6 did come out last week.
6, as I said in a tweet, or not a tweet, in a text to the group chat, had one of the worst looking pieces of art in comics all year. Did you guys read 6?
No.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah.
You have.
I got a shit ton to read before I even read for this week.
So you have your mainstays, right? You have Rod Rice doing the Dreams or Cosmic Cube, whatever it is with Steve Rogers just stuck. That is good.
Yeah.
You have Len Yu doing 4 pages. That's all that he could do. It's not even a certain section. It's just, hey, he can do this part. And then everything around it, horrible. And I think that's what we're going to get here. Even though Len Yu is credited as being the only artist in this book, I doubt, judging from the last 2 issues he was on, he'll do 4 pages. I bet he'll do the same here. However, the story, I believe, is getting better. And I actually really like the story of the last issue. It just, the art ruined it for me. I don't know. Bad art is worse than bad writing. So,
yeah, I saw some bullshit. Issue 6 was $5. And then this issue is $4, and then I saw 8 is $5. I'm like, what the fuck?
8, yeah, but they did add pages, so I mean,
I know, barely.
I'm not asking to add pages. That's the thing, though. It's you put out this thing, and I'm not really asking you to add some more. I'm asking you actually to cut it down, maybe make it more streamlined.
But you're adding another fucking issue at the end. Why do I need extra pages in the storyline?
So is there 10 or 11 now?
It's basically 11. There's an epilogue issue.
There's 10 in the actual series. There's an 11 that's supposed to be the epilogue that you should read called Omega.
there's like 14 issues to this whole thing, including Free Comic Book Day and Zero.
Of course,
including all the tie-ins.
It's an epic, and you still can't. I mean, we'll talk about it on the actual show, but you still like the only thing that bothers me is the 2 pages of one story and 2 pages of the next story, and so that's why I like that Ultron issue so much with Hank. Was most of it was that story, so like it was. I wish that's what we were getting, like more bigger chunks of the story. Here we go. But if you read the last issue, Miles, his premonition that Ulysses saw about him killing Cap, he said that he thinks that this is when it comes true. So we'll see if he actually does it. Kills Cap. Here we go. Weapon X number 6. Weapons of Mutant Destruction. Alex Garrett, how's Weapon X going?
It's been. I don't know if about Alex. Are you missing pieces? Because you're obviously not getting Totally Awesome Hulk, but
I'm not getting the Weapons of Mass Destruction.
Right, which I still feel like you're fine if you don't get that portion of it. But
I know you've said it's actually been pretty decent.
As a whole event, I've been loving every single issue of this, and I'm like sad if it's going to be over soon because I think like these are. So yeah, Secret Empire is the big event, but this is the event I think people should actually be reading because I think it has quite a bit of material that's going to last a long time for what's the future. But that's if you like Hulk, because if you're not a Hulk fan, this or you're not a Weapon X fan, this arc is pointless to you. And if you like the more sciencey things explained out to you, sort of arcs behind superheroes as opposed to just like action porn for the whole arc, this is kind of the way to go.
Action porn.
I just mean that's all there is. Like that's the exposition is just people fighting, you know.
Here we go.
They're not known for their analytical parts. They're known for killing stuff. So
X-Men Blue number 8 Secret Empire tie-in. Garrett, how's the last tie-in?
So next on my stack is the last issues before the crossover. So I don't know yet. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try and read them tonight to know if I'm like wasting my fucking money by buying these every week until I'm caught up. So
Emma Frost on the cover. She's back and better than ever. So if you like Emma Frost, there she's gonna be in this issue. That is Marvel Comics. It looks like comics. The other what we call the other things. We have Go Power Rangers number 1. Garrett's
Go Power Rangers, yeah, go.
Do me a favor, Garrett. Never sing on the show ever again.
That was excitement with style.
Ryan Parat, Miguel Macedo, Dan Morrow on the cover. It's a pretty sweet cover, actually. I mean, the art.
He's not doing interior art. I thought he was.
No, not in this issue at least. It's not credited. Oh no, hold on a second.
Fucking kidding me.
Never mind. He is doing the art.
Oh God, you scared me. I was like, he better be fucking doing the art.
Look at the solicit though. They switched it around. Usually the cover artist is last. This one switched it around. I don't know why. This is
Look at that cover though. Oh my God, so good.
You said this is the Power Rangers outside of their suits. This is that story.
Yeah, the untold personal story. What happens to the actual Rangers? So it's like they're
holy shit! Look at this art. Look at that preview.
Yeah, dude.
Jump
on! You don't need to do Mighty Morphin the main series. Do this one.
This looks pretty good.
It's Dan Mora from Klaus.
I know, but I mean, like, even coloring wise, whoever's his color is pretty awesome.
Look at that
too.
Fucking that Zord right there, baby.
Raul Angola, he's pretty good colors. Because if you go to page 5, that Zord just in the sun. Oh, that's
damn.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Probably not, but
still, you can dream. Right?
It looks pretty good. I mean, if you're into Power Rangers or even have an interest, I would say get it. The art looks pretty great. Here we go. The comic Exo Man of War number. Oh, where was it at? Number 5. Exo Man of War still knocking out of the park. It's number 1. You know what? Valiant is a very small publisher considering all the other publishers. I mean, they're not like the smallest, but they're not big fish. Exo Man of War number 1 was the number 10 comic the month it came out, which is pretty good for them. So I'm excited people jumped on. It's pretty good. I like the art. The art's a very realistic style. It's like more almost like painted. So if you're into that kind of thing, that would be something also like the art elevates that book and I really like it. But I mean the writing's good too. I like Matt Kint. You guys like Matt Kent, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Department H, which I also just read that as well.
Are you still getting Ether, Garrett?
Yeah, but it hasn't been. It's not coming out for a while. It's on a break.
Is it on a break now?
Yeah, it'll come back eventually. Hopefully, we'll see.
Well, those are the comics for Wednesday, July 26th, the day you're hearing this podcast. And the day you're hearing this podcast, you're probably outside, so you want to know how that weather is because you can't tell yourself. You need somebody to tell you. And that man's name is Weatherman Pastrello. Alex?
Right here. I tell you what, after hearing and seeing what this forecast has for your comic books, it could be a hit or miss. There may be some good stuff coming out that you're excited for. I couldn't name a single book because I haven't caught up on any of them.
What is your most anticipated book? Actually, I forgot to say that. We usually do that. What's your most anticipated?
What, your most anticipated?
Yes.
Probably either Saga 45, even though I'm not caught up, obviously, or Shirtless Bear Fighter number 2.
Garrett, what about you?
What I'm most looking forward to, Go-Go Power Rangers. After seeing that preview, yeah, baby.
I want to get it, but I don't know if I want to get it.
Me, it is...
Can't you give issue 1 a try? If you like it, you stay on. You don't, jump off. Get out of the Zord, as they say.
It's very hard for Alex to jump off. You're asking the man to try crack cocaine once. He can't do it.
Alex tries crack cocaine many times a week. You want to know why? Every issue 1, he'll basically buy almost.
I admit, I'm a sucker for number 1s.
Wet Witch, he might not jump on for number 1. Anything else, he's in.
My most anticipated is either Infamous Iron Man or The Flash. Both of those are going to the top of my stuff.
Yeah, Flash will be great too.
So, Alex, how's the weather looking, you said? Good? Hit or miss?
Depending on what books you're looking forward to. If you're getting some Shirtless Bear Fighter, looking good. Nice and sunny.
We do know something, though. Oh, go ahead.
Huh?
I thought you were done.
Or do you want me to do the real weather? Because I'll tell you what, it's going to be fucking hot.
I was going to say, baby, we know it's going to be hot, hot, hot.
Balls stuck to those thighs.
Jesus Christ. Garrett, how's the traffic look tomorrow? Am I going to have to get up extra 5 hours early to get to the comic shop?
You know what? I think it's going to be a slower traffic day. There are some heavy hitters out there, but I don't think it's anything that you have to rush there right away. Because luckily, the books that you will be looking for, there'll be plenty of copies. So you can take your time a little bit, maybe turn on the AC so your balls don't stick to your thigh.
Jesus.
Just cruise on down to the shop.
Make sure to visit our sponsor, RainbowComicsAndCards.com, if you're looking to get comics, or visit them in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or Lincoln, Nebraska. Go to rootsoftheswampthing.com to learn about the Swamp Thing. Like I said, his book's coming soon. You got to get on board. Also, make sure to tune into this feed. Find us on WednesdayComics.com for our normal show on Sunday. We'll be talking about Comic-Con news, new trailers, something also, a new segment we're going to give you the heads up on. And then, those reviews that you're going to hear us talk about Secret Empire, Flash, some other good ones. Tune in. For the forecast, I've been Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Everyone stay cool and keep reading those books.